All right, and we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, obviously. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All the drama at curtain, behind the curtains, excuse me. Also from, successful promotions like WWE, AEW, although it's only been around for 5 years. Pretty successful, pretty successful. All right, so we talked about our WWE Friday Night SmackDown review, and now we're going to talk about our WWE Monday Night Raw preview. So let's go ahead, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So before we do anything, obviously, I want to remind you guys to hit up the tips and donations link. Also, hit up that super chat. Whether if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are all ears, 1,010% of the time. This show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure your voice is part of the mix, making sure you guys are heard. As wrestling fans, don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really, really, really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed on air, why not use that super chat? It's the $ below that chat box right there. Just sending it in. It's guaranteed that your comment, question, or concern will be featured on the show. But most importantly, obviously, first and foremost, we're, happy you guys are participating lively in the chat. We're absolutely happy that you guys are getting something off your chest. But, also it keeps the content going here on the GSMC Sports Network. We're supporting the channel here at the GSMC Sports Network. We love each and every one of you guys, and we are absolutely grateful. 1,010%. We appreciate you guys tuning into the GSMC Sports Network very, daily. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together, we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. But once again, if the super chat is not your thing, you can hit up the GSMCpodcast.net. Hit up the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Once again, reiterating, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, give me your hot takes. Just remember the Superman punch, that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010% of the time. But once again, we understand there is criticism. Obviously, criticism is all part of the game. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we just love it when you guys engage. So, feedback is a gift. So don't be shy to drop in those chats, those thoughts. Even if it doesn't necessarily, portray a positive perspective. The best thing about professional wrestling is the more we disagree, the better conversation is. So yeah, definitely gotta love that. All right, so we have a full card. We have a full loaded card on WWE Monday Night Raw. I can't wait to watch it. Like I said, it's happening right now. I got it recorded. I'm still, that sad sucker who pays for YouTube TV. I got it recorded. I have not checked a single shred of social media. No TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or Twitter/X, whatever they like to call it nowadays. But I don't know. It should be a great watch. First and foremost, we're gonna have a Braun Strowman and Big Bronson Reed with the last monster standing match. There's it's not that I don't like this feud. I feel like both of the superstars, they're unbelievably, they have an amazing physique. The only feud or the only opponent for Bronson Reed that makes sense is Braun Strowman, and and vice versa. The only, opponent for Bronson Reed that makes sense is, the vice versa. For Braun Strowman is Bronson Reed. So 1,010%, I feel like this is going to be a great match. Both of these superstars are fighting for, not relevancy, but once again, I did say that this is the last Monday Night Raw before it ends the 3-hour, telecast to be a 2-hour. So you're going to see a lot of future storylines kind of come in fruition here. You have not seen the Wyatt Six really kind of been on television or on air on Monday Night Raw for quite some time. This could possibly be a way for them to kind of get back into the fray. I was, playing with conspiracy theories because here as wrestling fans, this is something that we gotta deal with on a day-to-day basis because it's all about creativity. Professional wrestling blurs the lines between reality and fiction. So, if I was a WWE writer, and if I wanted the Judgment Day to be taken seriously, once again, to have that muscle, you're going to have the Judgment Day come in and help Bronson Reed win this match. And, hear me out. Bronson Reed has always kind of been that unpredictable force. He's kind of been that dark persona, obviously. And then you have Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman has been feuding with the Judgment Day his whole tenure ever since he came back to WWE. So Bronson Reed is helped by the Judgment Day. Bronson Reed is Finn Balor's new Damian Priest, kind of that muscle that will never, ever, ever outshine Finn Balor. Maybe Finn Balor gives the tag team title to Bronson Reed, so when he defends it with JD McDonough, it'd make it a little bit more interesting. I got to be honest. So Bronson Reed comes out as a new member of the Judgment Day. And then Braun Strowman is just going to beat the hell out of he's last man standing match. You see the things go to him. You hear Agent Orange, well, not Agent Orange. What is it? Kodak Black, I think it is. The people who sing the Wyatt theme song, and then you have the Wyatt Six come out, ready to bring their brother back to faith. Braun Strowman creating this match at Survivor Series between the Judgment Day and the Wyatt Six, because at this point, I don't really see any reason why you would have them continue their feud with American Made with Chad Gable, the Creed brothers, and Ivy Nile. I think that's dead. I think it should be dead. I think right now WWE kind of needs to sweep it under the rug here. And then also maybe perhaps you have Alexa Bliss come back. Maybe she kind of states her claim, challenging Liv Morgan for that WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't know, it just makes sense, and I don't, WWE obviously they have to play it by ear. They have to be very, very skeptical. They got to be careful with the storylines that they want their superstars to kind of head into. And obviously, me from a wrestling fandom, I'm all like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Like, there are certain repercussions that probably a lot of WWE creative writers probably take in consideration when probably doing something, like I predicted. But I feel like for the future, I feel like that would be great. I feel like that would be, pretty awesome. The Judgment Day, kind of a dark persona on Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, you have the Wyatt Six as well, wanting to reclaim their spot as basically, the scary, the sad, the horrific, the bad, and the ugly that could possibly come from human beings with six sadistic thoughts that could possibly make for great tag teams. So it should be, my prediction is I feel like Bronson Reed's going to win. I think he's going to win. But then, this could end in a double count out. Who knows? Both of these guys just tear each other apart, maybe, kind of throwing themselves through, a stucco wall once again or drywall. And then both these guys are, down for the 10 count. Next, we have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre both speak for Hell in the Cell. For this has to be it. This is going to be done. This is going to be done at Bad Blood. This needs to be done at Bad Blood. I feel like CM Punk has a lot of potential as a single superstar. Once again, I feel like Drew McIntyre will as well. There was a lot of, backstage rumors, in professional wrestling during the news media outlets talking about how essentially these guys are going to fight inside of a match that it's going to be like a loser leaves Raw kind of thing. And I don't want to see that. Maybe perhaps, you have but then again, if both these guys are going to be on the same roster, there's going to be a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of speculations. Definitely among the WWE universe, being like, dude, these guys made each other bleed, and now they're going to act like they don't even know each other on Raw. So it kind of seems a little far fetched, especially how personal both these guys have gotten. So it just makes sense that one of these guys, wind up on SmackDown. Next, we had the new Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso to appear. We got the new Yeet. You're going to see Braun Breaker probably come out to invoke his rematch clause. Hopefully at Bad Blood, that'd be pretty cool. Or I doubt it's going to be at the 2-hour event on Monday Night Raw, but maybe it might. Maybe it might to kind of kind of fill in time a little bit there. Because WWE Raw, if you had a 3-hour show this whole entire time, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to kind of just let it go and stuff like that. Next, we have the Judgment Day battling the LWO. Once again, you have Carlito, Dirty Dom, JD McDonough, and you also have the LWO. No Finn Balor. No Finn Balor once again, which kind of makes me think to believe that maybe he might find his way to kind of interfere in that match with Braun Strowman. Could happen. I feel like it would be pretty awesome. And lastly, we have Kofi. No, not lastly. We have Kofi Kingston taking on Chad Gable. Obviously, a lot of animosity coming there. We have Rey Mysterio being confronted by Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods obviously super frustrated that the LWO stuck their nose in their business during their WWE Tag Team Title Championship match 2 weeks ago on Raw. So that should be pretty interesting. In the women's division, we got Lyra Valkyria going one-on-one with Zoey Stark. We also have Damage Control. Damage Control drama. We also, between the Pure Fusion Collective, we also have, what's going to happen? What's Ray Ripley or Liv Morgan going to say next in their, in their go home show tonight on Monday Night Raw. So I can't wait to watch it. All right, next we have MVP debuting in AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. What does this mean for AEW? What does this mean for Bobby Lashley? What does this mean for AEW? What does it mean for Tony Khan? So we're going to jump on into that when we come back. So, hey, do not go anywhere.